When A Beautiful Lie dropped in 2005, 30 Seconds to Mars weren't just angling for a second chance at stardom, they were redefining themselves. The band's self-titled debut had leaned hard into the space rock, theatrics, and progressive tendencies, a dense and cinematic record that positioned Jared Leto as a frontman with ambition bigger than the Warped Tour circuit. With the album A Beautiful Lie, however, the band recalibrated, tightening their songwriting, streamlining their production, and chasing something both more accessible and more emotionally direct. And the shift worked. Produced by Josh Abraham, known for his work with Limp Bizkit, Velvet Revolver, and Stained, the album trades labyrinthian sci-fi concepts for jagged riffs, anthemic choruses, and polished post-hardcore sheen. The result is a record that thrives on tension, the push-pull between alt-metal aggression and emo vulnerability, between Hollywood gloss and genuine catharsis. From the opener, Attack wastes no time erupting with serrated guitars and choruses that practically begs for festival sing-along. And with tracks like The Kill, Bury Me, and From Yesterday cemented the band's presence on MTV and rock radio, balancing introspective lyricism with hook-heavy accessibility. Jared Leto's vocals are the engine here, alternating between wounded falsetto and full-throated screams. He conveys both fragility and fury in ways that, while dramatic, rarely feel hollow. Thematically, the album orbits around dualities, authenticity versus facade, intimacy versus spectacle. The title track, A Beautiful Lie, encapsulates this tension, meditating on the comfort of deception in a world bent on performance. Him being an actor is definitely one of those things. At times, the band veers into melodrama. Was it a dream? Practically drowns in its own earnestness. But even though the conviction is undeniable. Where the debut was sprawling and conceptual, Beautiful Lie feels like a statement of purpose, concise, radio-ready, but still carrying enough of the band's cinematic DNA to feel distinct. It also marks 30 Seconds to Mars' most balanced record, before later releases embraced either arena pop bombast, This Is War, or just full-tilt electronica with Love, Lust, Faith plus Dream. Nearly 20 years on, A Beautiful Lie stands as the record that pulled 30 Seconds to Mars out of the cult curiosity corner and into the mainstream conversation. The album is slick, calculated, and undeniably ambitious, a portrait of a band wrestling with authenticity while simultaneously achieving a mass appeal success they were always chasing. For me, A Beautiful Lie is flawless, but it's the album where 30 Seconds to Mars figured out how to bridge their cinematic aspirations with a radio-friendly immediacy. In doing so, they created an emo-era classic that still resonates with listeners caught between angst and transcendence. So, if you haven't listened to this album, I don't know what you're doing. Check it out. Let me know what you think.